Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. The chaos of transfer portal season continues. Something we've talked about the last few days, last week or so is, you're not just going to benefit from the portal. The portal gives and it takes away. You're going to look to add some guys in the portal, but you're also going to lose some guys to the portal. And sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. Look, there's going to be a lot of conversations had. The last couple of days, moving forward, probably the next couple of days. Josh Heupel is going to sit down with every player on this football team, and they're going to map out the future, and they're going to see where their place is at. There are guys that are going to look for greener grass. They're going to look for playing time. They're going to look for NIL deals. And then there are guys that are going to be told, hey, you don't really have a place on this football team moving forward. Probably be better if you entered your name into the portal and tried to find somewhere else to play. That's the reality of college football in 2023. Love it, hate it. Bottom line is that's what's happening. And we are seeing a guy go into the portal, the first player that Tennessee has had enter the portal this year, and also we have the first official offer to a prospect that is in the portal. So we're going to get into both of those. We're going to dive into it. We're going to talk about it. But as always, I need you guys to do me a favor and smash the thumbs up just below this video. It's quick, free, easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't talk at you here. We talk with you. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live tomorrow night, Friday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, counting down to the live commitment of tight end Roger Saliaponga. We're going to find out if he chooses Tennessee or does he ultimately end up at Oregon? So don't miss that tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. One last thing, third video of the day, trying to pump out as much content as possible. Keep you guys up to date with all the news, rumors of the transfer portal. If you dig it, hit that thanks button down below. It's like a super chat on a video. I would greatly appreciate it. But if not, that's fine. Let's jump into it. The first player for Tennessee to enter the transfer portal in 2023, Warren Burell, redshirt senior, 6', 190 out of Georgia. And I think, let's just be honest. Let's shoot straight. First and foremost, best of luck to Warren Burell. He gave his all for Tennessee. He's a guy that's been here for quite a while. I think he struggled to stay healthy. And when he has been healthy, he's a guy that, it's like Jalen McCullough. Jalen McCullough, I think, had his best year at Tennessee this last final year. Warren Burell's a guy that we've kind of been waiting to move on from. We've been waiting for some young guns to come overtake him. Now, no disrespect to Warren Burell, and a lot of you guys in the comments say, Boogie, every time you say no disrespect, you're about to disrespect somebody. I think Warren Burell is likely a guy that was asked to move on, likely a guy that was said, hey, you've been passed by. Probably if you want to play this last year, you got 1 year of eligibility left. He's going to be using that COVID year to go into the portal. Probably ought to look elsewhere. He's a guy that didn't really contribute much this year. He had 8 total tackles on the year, did have the first interception of his career. So, again, a guy that's been at Tennessee for 5 years, played a lot of football, got his first interception this past season. So I think Tennessee is looking for Warren Burell to go elsewhere. I don't think this is necessarily, a please come back type of thing. When you look at the corner position, I think 2024 is going to be Gabe Jeudy-Lally, and I think it's also going to be a young Ricky Gibson, a guy that we've seen get a lot of run as a freshman this past season. And you also look at, the COVID guys, the guys that have an extra year of eligibility. Some of the guys like Danico Slaughter did not participate in senior day, so that leads me to believe that he's going to be back. Also, Gabe Jeudy-Lally, he did participate in senior day, but he still has that extra COVID year, and I think he's penciled in. I think he's going to be a starter in 2024. I think Gabe Jeudy-Lally is a guy that could ultimately come back and maybe earn a spot in the NFL. I think he has that type of potential to come back and play another season at Tennessee. Also, another guy to keep an eye on, Brandon Turnage. Also did go through senior day, but he has an extra year of eligibility. I could see Brandon Turnage being one of those guys that they asked to look elsewhere. Several names out there floating around of who could potentially enter the transfer portal. I would love to know what you guys think. Jump into the comments. Who do you think on this Tennessee roster could look to move on? Addison Nichols is a guy that I hear a lot of buzz about as a guy that could ultimately enter his name into the transfer portal. You got to wonder what Elijah Herring is going to do. If Keenan Peely elects to come back, and again, a guy that didn't go through senior day, a guy got that COVID year, he's got a medical waiver that he would have to get approved in order to come back, but he's a guy that made a big-time impact on this defense before he went down injured, and I just think the timing of it all, the fact that, Keenan Peely could have technically come back, I think, in October, early November, but chose not to. He chose to continue to get healthy. I think that leads me to believe that Keenan Peely is going to come back for 2024. But who do you guys think? Who do you see entering the transfer portal for Tennessee as we move ahead? Now, again, I told you guys Tennessee made their first offer to a player that is in the portal, and that is MTSU defensive lineman Marley Cook. You can see there on the screen on Twitter. Blessed to receive an offer from the University of Tennessee. Now, he's a guy that he has rolled in a ton of offers since entering the transfer portal. You go to his profile and start to scroll through it. You can see he's gotten offers from Houston, Connecticut, Liberty University. Okay, Boogie, I get it. When are the good offers coming in? Why are we talking about a guy from MTSU that has offers from Connecticut and Liberty? All right, sit tight. Offers from Missouri, Miami, Boston College, Louisville, Kansas, TCU, Baylor, Cal, and the Ohio State University. So Marley Cook is a guy that he's starting to get a lot of buzz. He's getting a lot of offers, and Tennessee has gone out there and officially made that offer to him. Let's go ahead and take a look at this article from On3. Middle Tennessee defensive tackle Marley Cook sets visits to Miami and Ohio State. This came out about 3 hours ago. Shortly thereafter, the offer from Tennessee comes in. Says since entering the portal on Tuesday, Marley Cook has become one of the top names to watch on the defensive side of the ball. This goes back to what I talked about earlier today, what I talked about yesterday. You have these guys that play at smaller programs. You got the offensive tackle from Princeton. You got the defensive lineman from Harvard. And now you see Marley Cook here. He plays at MTSU, but they enter the portal, and now they've got an opportunity to try to go to some big-time programs. And again, when you look at the offer list, I think that tells the story. Ohio State, Miami, Missouri, those are some good football teams, and Tennessee is now here in the mix as well. Let's go on and continue to look through this article here, again from on3.com. Says the team captain at Middle Tennessee earned first-team PFF All-Conference USA honors last season. Now the defensive tackle is being pursued by some of the biggest brands in college football. Cook holds offers from Baylor, Louisville, Missouri, Miami, Ohio State, and TCU, among others. The redshirt junior tells On3 he has scheduled 2 visits in the coming weeks. The 6'2", 298-pound defensive lineman will visit the Hurricanes on December 8th before heading north to Columbus for a visit with the Buckeyes on December the 15th. Marley, again, is a junior at MTSU, played a lot of football throughout his career. As a freshman, played in 4 games, ended up taking a red shirt, then as a redshirt freshman in 2020. That was ultimately his COVID year. He played in 9 football games. Continued as a redshirt freshman after the COVID. Man, I'll be glad. I will be so glad when these COVID years are gone. 2021, also considered a redshirt freshman. Played in 11 games, only started 2 of them. Then you really start to see him come on in 2022. Played and started all 13 games. 22 total tackles, 9.5 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks, 5 hurries, and a blocked kick. And then 2023, this season, as a redshirt junior, started all 12 games, had 22 tackles, 6 TFLs, a sack, a forced fumble, a pass breakup, and an interception. Averaged 55 snaps played per game. He was named the team's defensive lineman of the week twice. Voted a permanent team captain by his teammates, had a 30-yard fumble return in a hurry against Murray State. Just a guy that, again, has played a lot of football. He's got a lot of experience. And, we talk about being the best at evaluating talent. I don't think there's anybody better in the country than Rodney Garner when it comes to the defensive line. So if he wants to offer a D lineman from MTSU, if he wants to go after a defensive lineman from Harvard, then I'm all in. You got to trust what Rodney Garner is building. Goes on to say, talking about the visits with the Hurricanes and also Ohio State, both schools are in the hunt to add talent on the defensive line. Miami flipped 5-star defensive tackle Justin Scott from Ohio State on Thursday night. The Buckeyes have also lost a defensive lineman and a former 4-star recruit, Omari Aber, who announced Tuesday his plans to enter the transfer portal. Said he would give both programs experience on the line of scrimmage, 66 career quarterback hurries, 11 sacks, and 15 quarterback hits. So I think, when you look at all that, Marley Cook, man, seems like he's a guy that could make an impact on this football team. And again, you got to ask yourself, what does the D-line look like next year? Who comes back? Hopefully Omar Norman-Lott is back. But you've also got Omari Thomas. You've also got Elijah Simmons. Those are a couple of guys that could come back and play an extra year in 2024. Elijah Simmons is a guy that I would love to see come back. I think he's a guy that started to come along late in the year. If he can stay healthy and he can put the work in, I think he's a guy that also could ultimately end up in the NFL. A lot of information I'm throwing at you guys, but I did want to get this video out. Got a lot going on, so I'm trying to keep the content coming as it comes through to me. So what do you guys think? Jump into the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Warren Burell into the portal. Not a big deal to me. Who are some other guys on this football team that you think could ultimately end up in the portal? And then Tennessee's first offer goes to Marley Cook, defensive lineman at MTSU. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. As always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the merch. You guys already know where. Bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. And lastly, shout out to the members of the channel. I appreciate you guys. You want to be one of the members, hit that join button down below. We would appreciate the support. But if not, that's fine. Smash the thumbs up. That's free. Jump in the comment section. Let's talk about it. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.